I'm going to do a little bit of an introductory spiel, a welcome and so on, and make a couple of announcements before I do the meditation. So you can just kind of start to get in the zone for yourself. Close your eyes or slow down your breathing, or you can just look at all the other people who are here so far. It's up to yourselves while we go through the beginning. I wonder, is there anybody new here so far? I see lots of familiar faces. If there's anybody, this is your first time, give me a wave. Okay, you all look like, oh, suddenly I'm taking up all the screen. Horrific.
Karen, you can always just go back to gallery view yourself. It won't impact on the recording.
That is always my preferred setting. All right, it's 7 o'clock. Okay, so I have a couple of little announcements to make, but first and foremost, welcome everybody. For the people who are here live for this meditation, and for people who are maybe watching this later, you're very welcome to this free meditation. This is Breathworks Space to Breathe, and we run this every Tuesday from 7 to half 7. And usually it's led by Vidyamala Burch, one of the co-founders of Breathworks. But when she's not available, there's a group of us who step in and what do you call people who stand in when somebody can't perform on stage? I'm one of those. Is it a stand in? Anyway, that's me. I'm Karen Hall. I've been with Breathworks since about 2012. I trained as a teacher starting in about 2008. So I joined it because I needed it for my back pain and management of that, and then later on for stress. And that's really what Breathworks does: is it provides courses and free resources for people who live with chronic health conditions, chronic pain, and stress. Uh, yeah, it's a pretty handy little resource to have if you're trying to support your mindfulness practice, your own daily mindfulness practice. Uh, what have I to tell you? I suppose the most important announcement for today, apart from welcoming you all here, is that there's an in-person retreat coming up. And that's going to happen over a weekend in April. I'm just going to look at the dates from the 17th until the 20th of April. And it's happening in Herefordshire, in England. And it'll be led by Vidyamala and one of the teachers, Emma. You might have met her on the community of practice before. And it's going to mostly be around gentle movement and Qigong. So if you like meditating with a group in person, online is fantastic, but being with people in real life is even more fantastic. So yeah, if you're interested in that, you'll find details on the website and on the community of practice. So I think that's it. Is there anything else I need to share, Mark? I don't think so.
No, I think that's everything. I will put a link to the in-person retreat at the end of the meditation this evening so that people will
Granted.
have access to that as well. Okay.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful place. I've been in Adistana several times on retreats. Oh, it's gorgeous. Out in the countryside. I doubt if there'll be lambs springing around just yet, but certainly daffodils will perhaps be coming into bloom. So it's lovely. Couldn't recommend it highly enough. And the vegetarian food is also lovely. So yes, it's well worth trying. And it's a nice, short little retreat. So if you haven't done many retreats before, a weekend is a nice length of time to dip your toe in the water. All right. So my plan today is to lead a body scan. So before I do that, a body scan, if it's possible for you to lie down, a body scan is probably best done supine. That could be on a mattress, on a sofa, it can be on a yoga mat on the floor, it can be on your bed. If you have a reclining chair, whatever is comfortable for you. If you're going to stay seated, then just adapt the guidance to whatever posture you're in. If you're going to be sitting in a chair, just adapt the guidance slightly for yourself. You might want to cover yourself with a blanket, just in case as you go through the practice, your metabolism might slow down a little bit and you might get a bit cold. So having a blanket or something nearby to cover yourself can be very, very snuggly and comfortable. And if you are somebody who lives with back pain, as I do, having pillows or cushions under your knees is a game changer. It just takes the pressure off your spine. So I highly recommend that. Anything else? I'm just going to have another sip of water. I've still got a bit of a cough, so that helps to stay hydrated. Okay. So if you can turn off your camera if you like. Don't really need to be looking at your screen. So if you want to turn it off, if that's more comfortable for you, do. If you're wearing glasses, I'd invite you to take your glasses off and place them carefully to the side somewhere so that you don't inadvertently crush them. And if you're happy to close your eyes, if you'd rather not close your eyes, then choose a spot where you can just rest your gaze. You're not staring at something, you're just letting your eyes be pointing in that direction. So I have a nice blank wall in front of me. So kind of look away from your screen if you're going to keep your eyes open. And just allow yourself to settle into this posture. If that means just tucking your bottom right back into the seat of the chair so the backrest is supporting your spine. If that means putting your feet hip width apart, flat on the floor. Just notice if there's any effort anywhere. Are you clenching your jaws together tightly? Is your tongue pushed up against the roof of your mouth? Are your shoulders raised? That might be where you store your tension. If it is, just let your shoulders go. Let them rest. Let your arms and your elbows rest on your armrests or on a pillow. And just allow your attention to be in this room where you are. Notice the sounds, the brightness, or the darkness of the room. Notice if you need any cushions anywhere under your feet or under your knees, under your elbows, behind your back. And make those little adjustments. And if at any point in the next while you become uncomfortable, move, change your position, stand up, lie down, turn onto your side, whatever you need. You're the expert in your body's comfort. So you find that posture and then just start again. Jump in wherever the guidance is. Allow yourself to breathe in slowly and deeply, feeling where that breath goes as it comes into the body, and then exhale. Do that a few more times. And with each breath out, let go a little bit. Let go of tension, let go of thoughts. Let go of anything that's like an earworm in your brain, a tune that you heard earlier, or a conversation. Just let that go. And just keep doing that while I read you this blessing from John O'Donoghue to start us off. It's called For One Who is Exhausted. When the rhythm of the heart becomes hectic, time takes on the strain until it breaks. Then all the unattended stress falls in on the soul like an endless, increasing weight. The light in the mind becomes dim, Things you could take in your stride before now become laborsome events of will. Weariness invades your spirit. Gravity begins falling inside you, dragging down every bone. The tide you never valued has gone out, and you are marooned on unsure ground. Something within you has closed down, and you cannot push yourself back to life. You have been forced to enter empty time. The desire that drove you has relinquished. There is nothing else to do now but rest. But rest and patiently learn to receive the self you have forsaken in the race of days. At first, your thinking will darken, and sadness will take over like listless weather. The flow of unwept tears will frighten you. You have traveled too fast over false ground. Now your soul has come to take you back. Take refuge in your senses. Open up to the small miracles you rushed through. Become inclined to watch the way of rain when it falls, slow and free. Imitate the habit of twilight, taking time to open the well of color that fostered the brightness of day. Draw alongside the silence of stone until its calmness can claim you. Be excessively gentle with yourself. Be excessively gentle with yourself. Stay clear of those vexed in spirit. Learn to linger around someone of ease who feels they have all the time in the world. Gradually, you will return to yourself, having learned a new respect for your heart and the joy that dwells deep within the slow time. Just let those words flow over you like a wave. And as your body breathes itself, let go of the body. Let gravity have you. With each breath out, let go a little bit more and a little bit more. There may be some persistent something, a physical sensation, a pain or an ache or a deep tiredness. Maybe a ringing in the ears. An emotion, good or bad, neutral. Allow yourself to acknowledge that it's here, whatever it is. Turn towards it just a little bit, as if it's a person sitting on the other end of a bench. And allow yourself to share that bench for this little while. Take the weight off. I want you to, if you can, start at the top of your body, the crown of your head. Is that something that you're able to just sense with your attention? And if it's not, feel free to touch the crown of your head. Just kind of, yep, there it is. My hair, my skin, my scalp, sensation of bone underneath. There it is. Yep, I have a head. And then let your hand rest comfortably by your side or on your lap. And just, is there any other sensation? The weight of your hair or the very soft touch of a draft of air moving across your scalp or through the strands of your hair? A headphone, maybe. And just notice the shape of your head, the back of your head, if it's touching something, if it's resting on a pillow or a cushion or against the back of a chair. If there's any slight pressure there where the head is being supported. And if you're sitting, if your head is poised on the neck, just noticing where your head is in space. Coming around to the sides, maybe you can have a certain sense of your ears. There might be a draft, or maybe you're wearing glasses and the arms of the glasses are a slight weight there on your ears. Maybe there's hair at the back of your ears or at the top or the front of your ears. Maybe there's awareness of heat or coldness or a scarf or a collar. If you're wearing jewelry, maybe the weight of earrings hanging from your earlobes. Or if you're wearing hearing aids, maybe there's an awareness of their presence. If you have tinnitus, perhaps there's a sense of where that sound is in your ears. Take a moment to just listen. Can you hear anything external or internal, in the distance or quite near? You might notice the soundscape changes constantly. And just allow that to come and go. If you have a reaction to any of the sounds, just noticing that. Pleasant, unpleasant, neutral, pushing it away or leaning into it. See if you can just let it be there without becoming distracted by it. And allow your attention to come to the front of the head, your face. You might notice your hairline, hairs touching the sides of your head or your forehead. You might notice your forehead. If there's any effort there, a frown or an expression. And see if you can let that drop. You might want to raise your eyebrows up as high as you can. Feel your eyelids stretch, even though your eyes are still closed, and then just let them go. Noticing the shape of the eyebrows over the eyelids and above the eyes. Noticing if your eyes feel moist or hot or dry. If there's an awareness of any light or shadow or movement or images, even though your eyes might be closed. And between the eyes, the bridge of the nose, follow that down to the nostrils, noticing any movement in the nostrils as you breathe in and out. The nostrils sometimes flare a little bit on the in-breath, and that can be perceptible. You might even feel air rushing into the nostrils, coming from the outside, going inside, down the airways. And as you breathe out, I wonder, do you notice any sensation on your upper lip, on the hairs of your face, your mustache or your beard? And out to the sides of your nose, your cheekbones and your cheeks. We can store a lot of tension in that part of our face. And just notice if that's true for you. And if it is, maybe separate your jaws a little bit. You can let them be apart without having your mouth open. Let your tongue rest on the floor of your mouth if that's comfortable. And notice how the muscles of your face, around your jaws, the front of your neck and the back of your neck, even the length of your tongue, soften when you do that. And just notice your neck flowing down. The muscles at the front of the face going into the jaws, down the front of the column of the neck, down the sides, under the ears, flowing out into the top of the torso, and at the back, going down into the shoulders. And just notice if you're aware of any movement there in the top of your body as you breathe in and out. You might notice your collarbones, your breastbone rising on the in-breath, along with the rib cage, all of those ribs spreading out like an accordion or a bellows. At the back of the body too, you might notice your shoulder blades coming up and out, moving wider apart as the rib cage expands. You might even notice some of that movement along your spine, where each pair is connected to a bone in your back, your thoracic vertebra. All being gently massaged by the breath. You might even feel that cold air flowing into the lungs. Maybe not cold, maybe just slightly cooler air. Can you feel that on the inside? You might even notice the heart beating there, slightly to the left of your breastbone, in your chest. Noticing if you can feel the breath moving your armpits and even your upper arms moving with the breath as you breathe in. You might notice as your rib cage expands, the upper arms are pushed outwards to the sides a little bit. And your forearms, if they're resting on your tummy, are raised as the belly swells on the in-breath and lowered as you breathe out and the belly subsides. Notice if you can feel that sheath of muscle moving underneath the rib cage, at the front, underneath the lungs, anchored, tethered there in the lower back, the inside of the spine. Can you feel that swelling and subsiding? And you might notice your body moving within your clothes as well. That slight friction of skin against your underclothes or your outer clothes, the top of the torso, the arms, the waistband of whatever you're wearing, moving with the breath. If you're lying down, you might feel there's a kind of a rising and falling movement with the breath. If you're sitting, you might notice a rocking with the breath. Just stay with that for a few breaths. And if your mind has wandered or you've drifted off to sleep, that's okay. Maybe you're very tired and you need to rest. So let your body rest. But if you want to, you can just bring your attention back to that swelling and subsiding movement of the breath in the belly. All of the organs in the lower part, under the lungs, under the diaphragm, are being pushed away as we breathe in and then sloshing back as we breathe out. The liver, the stomach, the digestive tract, pancreas, spleen, the kidneys, the reproductive organs, all the muscles, the bones of the spine, even the spinal fluid that the spinal cord floats in, all being gently massaged by the breath. Drop your attention down into the pelvic floor. There's a lattice of muscles there, keeping all of our organs inside the pelvis. I wonder, can you feel any movement of the breath, any little echo of the breath down there? Somewhere between the tailbone and the pubic bone, can you feel any movement? Inside the body or outside the body, in the hips, in the buttocks, in the thighs. You might even feel a pulse. We've got some big blood vessels going down into the legs, carrying that oxygen you breathed in through those blood vessels right down into your feet. I wonder, can you feel that anywhere in the groins or in your knees, in those joints? These weight-bearing joints in the hips and the knees, down the legs, through the calves, into the ankles. No compression, minimal compression if we're sitting or lying at the moment, and no movement. We're not walking, we're not carrying anything, we're not weight-bearing really. I wonder, does that make a difference to your usual comfort levels in your joints? Just taking a weight off for a little while. Can you feel some contact points along the backs of your thighs or your knees or your calves, under your heels or at the back of your heels, where your feet are being supported? You might notice a slight bit of pressure or contact with clothing, socks, slippers, or maybe your feet are bare. You can feel a gentle touch of air, the atmosphere in the room, a draft around your feet. Maybe there's a bit of numbness or you can't really feel your feet. And if that's the case, just gently move your toes if you can. Noticing what's underneath your feet. Is it hard or firm or soft? Warm or cold or neutral? Does one foot feel more present for you than the other? Why is that? Is it throbbing? Is there a bit of discomfort? Is it cold? And then turn your attention to the other foot. If you need to move your toes to notice what that feels like, do that. And then allow your awareness to broaden out, to include both feet, both legs, the entire torso, the back and the front and the sides, the two arms, the two hands, the fingers, the neck and the head, and just be aware of this body, this vehicle where we live that carries us around in the world. Maybe place one hand over your heart. Breathe in and feel that breath move under your hand. Wish yourself well as you do that. May I be well. May things go well for me. Whatever phrase works for you. May my health improve. May this cold get better soon. May I have peace. May I be peaceful. Peace in my heart, peace of mind, peace in my relationships, at work, with my neighbors, wherever. May I be safe wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, whatever task is to hand, whoever I'm with. When I'm driving or walking, let me take good care of myself. May I be safe. May I be happy. In this moment, maybe let the corners of your mouth lift in a little smile. Just in this moment, may I be happy. Happy to be here, happy to be alive, happy to have shelter, happy to have eaten, happy to have clean water, medication, happy to have this community, to receive this gift I've just given myself of meditating with this lovely community. And if happiness feels like a stretch, maybe just grateful. Grateful to be here now. We're going to begin to bring this practice to a close now. So just gently, if you want to, you can keep meditating where you are if you like. But if you're ready to bring this to a close now, just gently beginning to move your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet, maybe turning your head gently from side to side as much as you're able, or drawing little circles with your nose, rolling your shoulders, having a stretch, and when you're ready, opening your eyes. Thank you very much. These practices are every Tuesday, so if you want to do this again, I think Vidyamala is back next Tuesday. That'd be lovely. And if you want to listen to this, it's recorded, so you'll find it on YouTube. Yeah, so give yourself that little present. I love that little pun. That present. The present of being present. Take care of yourselves, everybody. And see you next time. Thanks, Mark. Much
You're so
appreciated as always.
welcome. Always a pleasure. And just to let everyone know that I've put in the chat the link to the first of our meditation in Kijong retreats. And at the moment, there's a 5% early bird discount as well. So that's available for you. I'll just put that in the chat again for anyone who's missed it. I'll put it in the YouTube chat now as well. Thanks again,
everybody.
Thank
Night,
you.
God bless.
Thank
Sleep
you.
well wherever anybody's going to bed. And have a good
Bye.
day if you're somewhere else in the world.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.